Hey, Hickok 45, sitting here in the woods. We haven't done this for a while. John reminded me, so he made me come over here, sit in the woods, and talk to you. Have done some radio shows, in fact, one very recently, but we really haven't done this. Brought my easy chair over here and found a nice, fairly quiet spot in the wilderness and just kind of yacked at you. And for whatever reason, I actually get requests to do these things. It's a little perplexing, a little bit like the radio shows. Why would anybody want me to do one? But anyway, it's kind of nice to do something relaxed and again, not have a firearm that I'm trying to remember things about and trying to hit something with. Although I do have a firearm, but I'm not going to practice any extreme marksmanship. But anyway, good to talk to you again. Good to see you again. How y'all doing? Been a cold winter. That's one nice thing about this. One reason I was anxious almost to come over here and do this. It has been so cold here, even in Tennessee, that we've done some videos, but to come over and sit in a field like this, not really very inviting. For one thing, icy, snowy, cold, really cold at times. But today it's going to be up to around 60 degrees. And we're still in February. So that's good news. In fact, all this week it's going to be pretty balmy. So boy, I tell you, I feel like a bear that just came out of his log, hollow log, from hibernation or something. It's just really nice. So I'm going to enjoy that. So anything new? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we've had a big winter, of course. Told you about the trip and the radio show that John and I took, and you've seen some FAQ videos we did while we were out there. I think we still have another one we'll post. But we really had a great time out west and at the SHOT Show, seeing all the cool new guns, cool old guns, and all the gear. And then, of course, things like the Grand Canyon, that little hole in the ground out there, and Monument Valley. Hope you saw the FAQ we did in Monument Valley. Please watch that FAQ if you don't know how to search a YouTube channel. That was a very important FAQ, actually. One that is desperately needed, particularly because we don't have everything in playlists. So, and I'm sure other people maybe suffer from the same procrastination. So it's nice to know how to get around and find things on people's channel. But anyway, the trip out west was great. Four Corners, Tucson, Phoenix, Tombstone, one of our favorite stops. John and I loved that. And of course, SHOT Show and Hoover Dam. Just the desert. When you live in a place like this, and you see, watching the videos, the seasons change, and what kind of weather and climates we have here in Tennessee, really is different out west. I mean, I've been out there before, but I hadn't driven through so much desert, so many hundreds and hundreds, thousands of miles, through just desert country, up in Utah, down in almost Mexico, and all around Nevada. Just really neat. That was fun. It was not boring for us at all. We were just fascinated being in right there in it for so long. So pretty neat trip. Sorry you couldn't go with us. We had a little room back of the truck. You could have ridden in the back of the truck. At least 5 or 6 of you maybe, slept back there. But just couldn't work that out. But anyway, things are going great. We're got some videos planned as usual, and things are still growing. We appreciate you guys coming back, tuning in, and watching crazy antics, the education that occasionally appears, I hope. But we have a great time. And one of the things that I don't say it enough is, of course, we appreciate you all so much, and we appreciate the fact, and we enjoy the fact that the viewers our viewers represent such a wide range of people. I don't know how else to say it, just because I run into a lot of you, and of course I hear from a lot of you all day long, and I mean all walks of life, all ages. I hear from women, wives most of the time, asking about things for their husband or different guns they have. It's just a wide range of folks. The folks we run into at gun shows or just anywhere might be 60, might be 16, or it might be 11. That's cool. I've run into some dads or moms and their sons or daughter that are familiar with the videos. That's always cool. I love to pick on teenagers. It's neat to have a chance to do it again since I left the classroom. But wide range of people. In fact, I have been meaning to do this for quite a while. I have a speech prepared. Be ready. I'm going to read it. It will only take, I think, 26 minutes. Okay, you're not in a hurry, are you? No, it's not a speech. Relax. Don't leave. No, I had an email. Speaking of email and different people, we hear from soldiers, from police officers, lovingly referred to as cops, right? But I got a message from a police officer on Facebook about, I guess, 2 months ago probably, and I've been meaning to read it in a radio show or a vlog. I thought, well, I'll save it for a vlog. This is just too funny. But this kind of points out the variety of viewers that we have. Fortunately, most of them are not like, well, they are like this police officer, but not like the subject of the letter. So let me read this. This is just too funny. At least it struck me as funny. This is from Andrew, and I scratched out his last name, but sir, I love watching your videos. I'm a police officer and firearms enthusiast. I was wondering what your thoughts on the VersaCarry holsters are. I wanted to pass along a funny story to you about your YouTube videos. Me and the guys on my squad were executing a search warrant in a drug-infested apartment complex. As we entered and cleared the house, I noticed a video playing on the TV. After securing the scene, we realized the suspects were watching a Hickok 45 video. They wouldn't say why they were watching, but I imagine they were trying to learn how to use the 3 stolen pistols they were in possession of. Anyway, bad guys are in prison, and I'm sorry to cut into your fan base, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. Keep up the great work. I thought that was hilarious. And I know you're amazed that I can read, but that's pretty funny. Pretty funny. So I gave him a hard time. I mean, it's hard enough to get viewers. We struggle to get viewers. And here this guy is arresting them. So, anyway, we have no control over who watches our videos. We try to do things the right way. 99.9%, of course, people who are watching our videos are good people like you, me, right? Wanting to learn about firearms and do things the right way. But, occasionally. This one, here's one, maybe this is kind of the other side of that. When I was in Afghanistan, we had an opportunity to get to a computer. We would all gather around and watch your videos. I'm not one for complaining, but I have to say, okay, and then just some nice complimentary verbiage after that. So anyway, we most of the viewers are probably people like yourself, me, just people in college, just looking to get information about firearms. But it's always interesting to me to hear from people who are what you can consider professionals. I think that surprised me from early on, that people who, police officers or soldiers, that there would be anything in our videos that would be of interest to them. Because I am not really an expert in the kinds of things they would most likely be interested in, I guess you'd say. But then again, I think most police officers and soldiers have a strong interest in a carry gun, an off-duty gun, and a lot of stuff we do, I guess, demonstrate and shoot. So, but anyway, I thought the one, but the bust was hilarious, and I just want to share that with you at some point. I've been hanging on to that for quite a while. I don't remember where he was. Detroit, maybe. I don't remember. He'll know when he hears it. I'm assuming he's watching the video still, but that was hilarious. Speaking of emails, I mentioned this in a recent radio show that it's I've been saying this for years, that I just can't keep up with it, and it's really getting difficult, more and more difficult to keep up with. So keep the emails and any communications as brief as you can, and be surprised if you get an answer. Okay? I mean, I know that sounds rude, but just be surprised if you get an answer, because there's so many coming in, both on YouTube and Facebook, and Facebook kills me because it's this little bitty font, you almost can't read, but I do read them, and again, if it's a recommendation, or hey, do you have this gun, or do you that, the information's in the videos, of course, and if you have not seen a video, now, thanks to Monument Valley and that monumental vlog, or that FAQ video we did, you know how to search someone's channel to see if we have a video on something or a specific firearm. So if there's not one there, I probably do not have that firearm. Okay, and I very likely don't know anything about it to tell you if I haven't had it in my hands and done a video. Well, I might, but probably, I don't know. Well, maybe, just depends. But so if there's not a video on it, I don't have one, you know. And if there is a video, I've told you what I know pretty much in that video, in my impressions. I had a message just this morning, and I don't mean to pick on whoever it was, but it had a comment about how he had seen the Shield video versus the XDS and everything, and want to know which one I would recommend or something like that. Well, that's why we do those videos. I want to pull my hair out. It wouldn't be so bad if I had 3 messages a day. I just I can't answer all those, of course, because the information that we're trying to provide is in the videos. All right, so just keep that in mind, and keep your messages short. And I want to read them all, and I'm still reading them all, skimming all of them, and of course most or many I don't answer, but I'm skimming all of them because I don't want anything to be overlooked. Okay, just be aware I'm seeing it, but I can't answer it. Okay, so I get the recommendations, and all that goes into the computer, the meager computer up here with the low RAM. Functioning or function up there, and I just make a mental note of it, and so I know what you want to see, what I'm trying to say. I've got an idea, and that's kind of how we've operated for a good while. Just recommendations. If I get 3 or 4 recommendations for the same firearm, in a week or a day, it gets on the radar, doesn't it? So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I just want to kind of chat with you a little bit and let you know we're still here at the compound, and the woods are still beautiful. We're not really down deep in the woods. We're kind of an area that's a little more, it's a little more sparse, not the deep wood, up on a hill. And you can tell by the cedars and the pines here behind me. But beautiful country, Tennessee. I know I'm always bragging on it. Kentucky, Tennessee. If you've never been to this area of the country, it's pretty here too. I like the West, but it's beautiful here, and it's a good place to shoot. We're there you go. There's something else I should talk about briefly. Beretta, just announced they're moving a major plant, building a plant right here in the Nashville area, not far out of town. It's on I think it was in Gallatin or Hendersonville, kind of northeast of Nashville. So we welcome Beretta. And what else did I hear? That Ruger is doing the same thing, I think it was Ruger, building a large plant in Alabama. It was just announced. Was it Ruger? Yes, Ruger. Pretty sure it was Ruger or Remington. Maybe it was Remington. I don't know. I'm not very smart. But we welcome the gun companies coming out of the Northeast. I know it's a shame what's going on up there. Connecticut, New York. It's sad, isn't it? I mean, it is really sad. Colorado, California, the gun laws. I mean, when you read about what people are having to put up with in those states, it is very, very sad. So you can't blame the gun companies for at least starting their movement southward, into some of the free states, quote unquote. But we don't like to think of it that way. We want all the states to be free. You folks keep working on it. Connecticut, New York, Colorado, California, and in every state. We cannot relax. We got to keep up the good fight, because we're always one tragedy away from all the stuff coming down on us again. So we've got to make our voices heard. All right. So what else can I ramble about? Anything else you want me to ramble about? Pine cones on these trees? No. Again, we just appreciate y'all watching, and I like to do this every now and then, and ramble on camera instead of just the audio version on the radio show. Let you know I'm still pretty much just as brainless as I've ever been, but I still enjoy shooting, and we still enjoy doing this, and we just thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on YouTube. Life is good.